Linda Nolan was laid to rest at St. Paul's Church in her hometown of Blackpool on Saturday with her famous sisters in attendance. The former 80s pop star planned her own funeral in the years before her death, right down to her glitter-pink coffin and an emotional Faith Hill ballad. Linda passed away on the 15th of January, aged 65 at Blackpool Victoria Hospital from double pneumonia, where she entered into end-of-life care and then into a coma. She was living with secondary breast cancer, which had spread to her hip, liver, and brain, but cancer was not the cause of death. By invitation of the Nolan sisters, fans flocked to the church where Linda married her former manager and husband, Brian Hudson, in 1981 and later held his funeral in 2007. Loose Women's star, Colleen Nolan's son, Shane Ritchie, 35, was manning the door for his aunt while Linda's older sister, Denise, 72, read the eulogy. The four surviving Nolan sisters, Maureen, 71, Anne, 74, Denise, 72, and Colleen, 59, arrived first and waited in the church as their sister was carried in 7 pallbearers comprised of male members of the Nolans' friends and family. Linda's name was arranged in white flowers and pink roses in the back of the black hearse. A matching flower arrangement was placed on top of her coffin, with heartfelt messages from her family attached. Fans were clamoring to get into the church, which was full, and the door had to be manned by 2 makeshift security guards. The service began with Faith Hill's emotional ballad, There You'll Be, playing before Denise, who Linda lived with towards the end of her life, lead the eulogy. In it, she revealed the family's nickname of Auntie Ginda for the late singer, because she liked a gin or two. She began, "She was the life and soul of the party. Her sense of humor was unlike any other, and no party will ever be the same. Linda would always say, 'I'm living with cancer, not dying of cancer.' She didn't let it rule her life, no matter how hard it tried." Denise continued, "The hair loss was the worst thing for her when she got it again. And then during COVID, she spent a week in hospital alone with no visitors were allowed. All of these things would have destroyed a lesser person, but Linda wouldn't allow it." Denise concluded, "It's time to rest now, Linda. The battle is over. You are free." As a song by Linda, When It's Over, followed. The last surviving Chuckle brother, Paul Harlan, 77, paid his respects and said, "The world will be a darker place without Linda. We used to enjoy our life together." Her sister Colleen previously explained how they had decided on Linda's final resting place, telling the Mirror, "My first thought after she died was to put Brian's ashes with Linda's. So that's what we're doing. In life they were never apart, so I'm glad they'll be together again." Linda was first diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer in 2005 before getting the all clear in 2006. But in 2017, she was diagnosed with a form of incurable secondary cancer in her hip, which spread to her liver in 2020. 3 years later, she shared the news that the cancer had spread to her brain, with 2 tumors discovered on the left side of her brain, which left her struggling with her speech and balance. And she issued an update last August that the tumors, which were thought to be stable, had grown. Weeks before her death, the former Nolan star wrote in the Mirror that she was beginning to feel better after contracting double pneumonia, but 2 days later she was rushed to hospital with breathing problems. But despite being placed on oxygen and being urged to rest, Linda, known for her playful and spirited personality, couldn't resist making those around her smile. Rather than following medical advice to take it easy, she chose to spend her final hours spreading happiness and making people laugh. Days after her death, her sister Denise, 72, reflected on her sister's unwavering zest for life, describing how Linda embraced every moment and left behind memories of love, humor, and light. Recounting the last few hours in the life of her beautiful, brave, hard-working, and talented sister, Denise told the Mirror, "She'd been laughing and joking, although the medical team had told her she had to stay quiet to let her treatment do its job. Everyone was being quietly optimistic, as she'd seemed so cheerful. Then at 3:30 a.m. on Tuesday, we got the dreaded call, 'Get to the hospital ASAP.' Linda had heartbreakingly planned her own funeral in the years before her death, right down to her glitter-pink coffin. Writing in her autobiography From the Heart in 2018, she explained, I want to get all my affairs in order, as they say. I've caused my family enough worry over the years, and so I want everything I can decided now so they don't have to if I become very poorly.
The singer's husband, Brian Hudson, died of liver failure in 2007 after being diagnosed with skin cancer. Linda wrote, "It's the song we played at his funeral, the song we'd jokingly wrote about years earlier as to which of us would have it at our funeral. A row in the days when we thought dying was a million miles away. Goodness, how things have changed." She also previously revealed her coffin choice, telling the Mirror, "Brian organized his funeral, and it was amazing. Our auntie had a beautiful coffin with pictures of us around it. Then Maureen said, 'Look at this coffin. It was made for you. It's pink glitter.'" Colleen recently confirmed the heartfelt plans for her sister's funeral and revealed Linda had planned some details before her death, creating a list of requests for her sisters. The Loose Women star told how Linda wanted them to wear mantillas and black outfits, while her coffin was to have a showbiz twist. Colleen laughed. "I remember saying, 'You are joking, Linda. If I see all my sisters in mantillas, I'm going to laugh the whole way through the funeral. We've decided not to do that, but we are wearing black.' Her coffin is pure showbiz, bright pink and sparkly just as she wanted. The one thing my sister loved was bling, so it feels right that she has a glittery pink coffin." Prior to her death, Linda shared her fears about dying of breast cancer like her sister Bernie, as she battled a bad case of flu in the weeks before she died at the age of 65. In a newspaper column published shortly before her passing, Linda described how a debilitating bout of sickness for 11 days over Christmas made the festive period a complete wipeout. In what would be her final column for the Mirror, she wrote, "The doctors say it's been a bad case of flu. I'd walk a few steps and struggle to catch my breath. My legs were even more wobbly than usual, and although I try not to, I thought of how Bernie was at the end. You think, oh my God, is this it? It was only on Monday I felt well enough to venture out. It feels like a whole new world out there. There's nothing like the sensation of starting to feel better after an illness. You've forgotten what it feels like to feel normal. Well, I say normal?" In an especially poignant final line, she added, "I'm no fan of resolutions, but here's one. It'll take more than flu to finish me off." In the statement announcing her death, her agent Dermot McNamara wrote, "It is with profound sadness that we announce the passing of Linda Nolan, the celebrated Irish pop legend, television personality, Guinness World Record-holding West End star, Sunday Times best-selling author, and Daily Mirror columnist.